Hello, my name is Leah Jenkins, and my art talk will be on the Great Mosque of Cordoba, Spain. A little bit of background on this mosque. It originated as a Christian church in 600 CE. It was divided between Christians and Muslims until the purchase of the Christian half by Umayyad Prince Abd al-Rahman I during the Umayyad Caliphate, and the mosque development began in 784 CE and was completed in 987 CE. So almost 100 years after it became a Christian church, it was taken over by the Muslims. But you see here that this was one of the enduring mosques that survived the Reconquista, or the reconquest by the Christians. It was basically when the Christian Spaniards came back and attempted to destroy all the Islamic mosques and structures within Spain. But as you can see, based on its sturdy design, it's made of concrete and stone and is surrounded by a concrete wall. This is most likely why it endured through the years. And as you can see, the structure is it's still really well put together. It's not in ruins. Now, it doesn't look squeaky clean or brand new, but it still retains much of its structural integrity that it had way back when it was first built. And this is another angle of it. You see that there are many more details to this building. There are many subdivisions within this one mosque. And this part kind of stuck out to me, the little dome structures and the doors. This actually does remind me of an apartment I used to live in when I was about 4 or 5. And this was just one of the enduring things that I still kind of remember from my childhood. It's just a little dome shape over the doors. This just reminded me of home way back when. And I also really like this bell tower. You can kind of see that as it ascends, there's a little bell within each of the things, each of the openings, and the bells become smaller and smaller as you go up. And it's just a very intricate and detailed bell tower. It looks like there's railings and walkways where the people could walk up and ring the bells and whatnot. And what we have here are some hypostyle arches. And so these arches were notable for going across within these patterns. And to be honest, when I first looked at it, I was a little dizzied by it just because of all the stripes and everything happening. But it's a really cool feature to these arches, and it's something to see. You can't really ignore it when you walk in. And there are also flying buttresses kind of lining this little aisle here. But it says that these arches gave all worshippers equal psychological access to Allah. So it was intended that no matter where someone was praying, what position they were in this room, they all were facing in the general direction of Mecca, as most Muslims were directed in their prayers to look toward Mecca as they prayed, as that was like the holy place of Allah. And so this is what gave all worshippers equal psychological access to Allah, was the way that these aisles and these arches were formed. This is the interior of the central dome. I really, really like the complex and intricate mosaic design using the tesserae. This is probably my favorite part of this thing. Reason being, it's kind of flowery shape here. And there's also a star on the outside as well that actually kind of reminds me of the Star of David. And it made me question whether this was a structure left behind by the Christians or not, or if it was just used for, you know, aesthetical purposes by the Muslims. And then we have a close-up of the inside of the dome. And as you can see, there's like a alternating pattern happening here. And it's blue on the inside, and there's diamonds going down on the inside, as you can tell. And then on the golden parts, there are kind of flower designs, and these flowers are navy blue, and then these ones are aqua. And then you kind of have them alternating, but I do not believe there's anything symbolic about this, just because it was said in the late 10th century, this was a new design put in by Al-Hakim II, the ruler of the city, and he decided to enhance the mosque to be in competition with the Mosque of Damascus. So I do not believe there's anything symbolic about this other than the, like I said, the kind of Star of David that you see here, which may or may not be a Star of David. But you also see within the star, you can't see it from here, But here, there's also another alternating pattern, which the Islamic people really seem to love in the architectural design of this building. So it's very, very cool. It's very oriental. It looks very Asian in my opinion. And, that's kind of where the Islam religion started. But I really enjoy just the designs and the mosaics within this piece. And then you also see it on the outside. And I love how, the colors and the general structures and pattern have endured over the years, and it still retains some of that same beauty. You can kind of get a picture of what it may have looked like way back when it was first built. And you see another alternating design here, a stripy pattern. And here's some more stripy patterns up here. And again, you see it alternate from this orange pattern and then this stone and then, And though it's all different and alternating, it still retains a cohesiveness as all of the patterns are kind of similar in color or in just its repetition in the design. And here's a close-up of this top part here. I really wanted to outline the overlapping of the structures and of the design. It kind of looks almost futuristic to me, and I love how this flower is kind of pushing outward. It's kind of like a button, and it's just a simple diamond pattern. But on most of this building, you never really see a blank surface unless it's like, something like the brick or something having to do with construction. But otherwise, there's just a pattern on every single face of this building, and there's nothing really left naked or really boring. There's nothing that's not incredible to look at and pleasing to the eyes. And then we see it again here on another side of the building, and this looks a little bit newer and a little bit still restored. But there's just something cool to catch the eye on every corner of this building, like I was saying. Again, we see this stripy pattern, and not only that, but within the white, there are different patterns as well of just plants and vines and things. And then we've also got these two alternating patterns and these two alternating, and this one in the center is not really either of these. And it's cool. It's just a cool thing you get to notice when looking at it. I know. Sorry. Thank you.